First one is resolution in support of Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Can I get a motion? Sorry. Go ahead, Connor.
I move that the board approve a resolution in support of Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, May 2024, as presented.
Can I get a second? Jessica for the second, thank you. All right, and Brian, who do we joining tonight?
Yes, we have our proud principal of Kennard Middle School is going to come up and join us again. Welcome back, Lindsay. Miss Mackin, can you make sure is your microphone on? Can you push that button?
That's why I'm not a music educator,
Excellent. Thank
so I'm
you.
not good with the mics.
Thank you so much.
I should have learned from them. So I'm going to take time tonight to elevate two incredible Kennard students who have given so much to our school over the last 3 years. The first, Miss Joy Wong, she's an 8th grader. She is involved in so many different things at our school, whether it's Science Olympiad, she loves studying history. She's also part of the Northern Colorado Youth Orchestra, so definitely one of our musicians in our symphony orchestra, a phenomenal student. Also with her this evening is Miss Ariana Zoe. She's also an 8th grader, violin player, also in the symphony orchestra, also loves studying social studies and is in our global leadership program. So I'm excited to hear from them because they are definitely two students that we will continue to follow as they progress through school, because we know they have a lot ahead of them that they will continue to change the world for the better.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for inviting me here to speak. My name is Joy Wong, and I'm an 8th grader at Kennard Middle School. But for too many people, I am identified by my race. I'm a second-generation Chinese American, and I was born and raised in Colorado. From a very young age, I was forced to deal with the effects of racism, whether it be kids in my class pulling their eyes back, or when people would tell me that my accomplishments are given because I was Asian. Nonetheless, I am extremely proud to be of Chinese descent because I am able to experience what most people around me are unable to. I get to go to an entirely different country and experience the culture and the lifestyle. I am able to eat home-cooked, authentic Chinese meals that most people would not have the luxury of in the U.S. I have the pleasure of being fluent in languages that come easily to me, instead of having to spend years learning. But living in a completely different country than my extended family is also a bittersweet feeling. The sweet part is literally the time that I am able to spend with my grandparents and how they treat me and my brother to the fruit that they handpick from the market. However, it is all a bitter feeling because I only get to know my extended family a little bit, because every year that I visit, they are like strangers until I get to know them again. I have trouble relating to the people around me in both countries because I always have a completely different experience than they have. But most of all, I feel as though I am missing an important part of the culture while living in America. Of course, I'm very grateful to be given a nice life here in Colorado, but I feel as though diversity could still be represented better. I remember when my parents discovered that there was a new Chinese restaurant that opened near us. So once we had the free time, we sat down in the restaurant and ordered more Chinese food baby, and went home feeling extremely happy and full. Although the food wasn't the same as it is in China, we were all so glad that our ethnicity was being represented in an area that has quite a lot of monoculturalism. Ever since our discovery, we would order takeout every time we finished our sports practice. This goes to show that despite the hate that has increased towards Asians since COVID hit, Asian Americans are like anyone else who experienced the pandemic for the very first time. Something that I hope you are able to take away today is that in our school, we decided to recognize the Heritage and the History Month celebrations through book display in our media center. We found that there was no way to search by demographic group in the PSD catalog. This makes it very difficult to know if our school and other schools in the Poudre School District have representation of different groups. We also discovered that a lot of award-winning authors who were part of a certain heritage were not in our libraries. Some authors that I believe should be in PSD libraries are Thana Lai, Murray H.K. Choi, and Akshaya Raman. Additionally, in our curriculum, I believe that it is extremely important to have continued requirements in learning about world history because educating students using the big picture helps to eliminate bias and teaches students how to be mindful instead of judging everything based on stereotypes. Thank you for inviting me here to share my experience and the importance of Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Good evening. Thank you to the Board of Education for this opportunity and to Mrs. Gregg for encouraging us as we wrote our speeches. My name is Ariana, and I'm an 8th grade student at Kennard Middle School. I've come here today to talk about my experiences as an Asian American. I'm a second-generation Chinese American and I've been in Fort Collins my entire life. To give you a look into my background, my parents immigrated from China to America, where my dad got his PhD in electrical engineering and my mom got her CPA and master's degree. They worked extremely hard to achieve a prosperous life for themselves and for us. There are some kids that understand our perspectives. They assume that every single Asian is born smart. Some people overlook the effort and time that Asian Americans spend on academic studies and personal development and brush it off because they are apparently born with it. On the other hand, some positives of being Asian American are embracing both my Asian heritage and my American nationality. Teaching about other countries such as the People's Republic of China helps students understand and make connections from one culture to another, which helps break down the stereotypes about China. I value that Kennard Middle School has this included into the curriculum, and I hope that that Asian ethnic studies are taught at every school district. When I'm at home, my parents speak to me in Chinese, where I'm able to immerse myself into the language, while at school speaking English. Ever since I was a little girl, my parents have sent me to Huaxing Chinese School, which is a nonprofit organization based here in Fort Collins. I'm able to feel a sense of connection since they are all of Chinese descent like me. There, I'm able to learn about my language and my culture and meet other kids my age that have had similar experiences as me. Every year, Huaxing Chinese School hosts a celebration where we bring in Chinese New Year with performance from every class and traditional Chinese foods, including cake and soup dumplings. A cultural connection happens when the students perform for the mayor and the leaders of our city. One of the most wise philosophers of China, who was traditionally considered the paragon of Chinese sages, was Confucius. I wanted to mention him since he was the teacher in China to advocate for mass education. One of his most famous quotes states, "Everything has beauty, but not everyone sees it." Thank you for this opportunity to share my experiences and represent Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Month.
So I'm going to ask to call the vote after, if anybody wants to say anything, but I would like to invite everybody to stay so we can do a picture at the end, just like we had done previously. Does anyone want to speak on the board? Go ahead. No? All right. Well, I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us tonight, and I really appreciate that. And especially, Joy, we mentioned the cataloging system. I'm a librarian, so I'm going to look at that. So you got there. But I just say thanks so much. And now, if you could stay, we'll do a picture at the end. Great. And we'll call the vote.
Jim Brokish.
Aye.
Kristen Draper.
Aye.
Connor Duffy.
Aye.
Kevin Elda.
Aye.
Carol Reed. Scott Schoenbauer.
Aye.
Jessica Zamora.
Aye.
Motion passes 7-0.